when culture rewrote the world. Let's talk about it. They said black art was primitive. They said black voices had no place in American history or American story. But what they didn't tell us is that in the 1920s and 30s, Harlem became the heartbeat of cultural revolution that made the world stop and listen. Black history that makes you go, In this episode, we're walking through the golden age of black creativity, a movement that transformed pain into poetry, rhythm into resistance, and gave birth to some of the greatest writers, thinkers, and musicians in modern history. They told us Harlem was just a neighborhood, but Harlem has more than just streets and brownstones. It was a stage, a university, a movement. Here's what really happened. The Great Migration was a great time, was an interesting time period. Millions of black families left the South seeking freedom and opportunity in northern cities. By the 1920s, Harlem, New York became the epicenter of this new black consciousness. Jazz pulsed through the clubs, the Cotton Club and the Savoy Ballroom, while poets and intellectuals filled cafes and with words and demanded to be heard. Langston Hughes wrote poems that sounded like music, celebrating everyday life. Zora Neale Hurston captured the rhythm and folklore of the South with unapologetic brilliance. Duke Ellington and Louis Armstrong redefined music, turning jazz into the sound of freedom and sophistication. Aaron Douglas painted murals that looked like Africa reborn in the color and nation. And thinkers like W.B. Du Bois and Alan Locke declared that art was not just decoration, it was a declaration. The Harlem Renaissance was more than art, it was identity. It's said to a segregated world, there we go. We are not your stereotype. We are your inspiration. It birthed new forms of pride. Women like Josephine Baker danced across Europe as symbols of black beauty and grace. Writers published in magazines like The Crisis and Opportunity. And for the first time, black stories were being told by black voices on black terms. But it wasn't all glamour. Behind the music and laughter was the deep truth. Harlem's artists were confronting racism, poverty, and segregation through art. They used creativity as protest and culture as power. But why does this still matter today? Because we're living in a new Harlem Renaissance right now. This digital and global age is unstoppable. Every black creator who writes, sings, paints, or films today is part of the same tradition. The Renaissance taught us that culture isn't just a reflection, it's resistance. And that storytelling in the right hands can shift the soul of a nation. The question is, what about you? What are you creating that tells your truth? Because every beat, every brushstroke, every word you share adds another verse to the song of our ancestors that started in Harlem. Because we understand that 5 minutes a day keeps the miseducation away. We're going to continue these series, but I want to continue to encourage you to stay curious, stay consistent, and keep learning what they tried to bury. If you enjoy these lessons and want to go deeper, click the link to learn more about our Black History flashcards and our memberships here at Urban Intellectuals, and start to reclaim our story one card at a time. Till next time, good people, you know what it is. My name is Freddie Taylor. I'm the CEO and founder of Urban Intellectuals. Love, peace, and power to the people.